I'm shopping, yeah, I'm getting some last minute Christmas gifts.
You're taking a nap.
I'm really tired.
Look at him over there.
There's the new tipper at work. First experiment with the little snow of dust protection rig, and I think it improved things. It's really hard to say, but this second epoxy layer, still some bubbly stuff. I'm going to try a finish type sand and prep for interior urethane, and that'll be the test as to whether this thing helps the urethane or not. But I'm really happy with how these look and work. So that was a bit dicey to get that going, but moving on. I did a 80 orbital hand sand, 120, and then 100 finish sander and hand sand on the edges. Try to tack this all out as best I can in my dusty shop. Now I need to rub down with Scotch-Brite pad and water to get the chemical off the epoxy, and with a little luck, get some urethane out here. Fun to have it under urethane, and that means I can take the cover off the skylights now. And in fact, when that cures, it is ready to launch. And then see about getting the trailer and oars for a launch. Yeah, look at the oar locks. I'm so happy with how this came out.
Dougie, Doug. Scratch my head for
It's a boaty
a couple
boat.
of days about this.
And then what is these things here? Just shelves?
Oh no, sit. When
Sitting.
you're sailing, you gotta
have to
get
be
on
able
the
to
high
sit.
side.
Like you have to do this.
You're gonna be able to move it around. It's this stuff, believe it or not. The whole outside of
Yeah.
the hull here
That's what that is.
and this has that fiberglass with epoxy laid
Right.
into it, and it just forms a super strong.
It's a fiberglass boat.
Like
Yeah.
a cast.
It's a fiber.
But
Yeah, exactly.
It actually, that's
That's
what they
crazy,
used to
Doug.
fix my
I said
guitar.
this.
I think what I'm going to do is lightly sand. I'm not going to try to take all the orange peel out. Going for protection, not perfection. Fun milestone. Basically done with the hull. Interior's urethane, so I don't need this UV protection anymore. Can let the sun, such as it is, mid-December. Other than hardware for tying on the lines, cleats, rudder hardware, but everything else is going to be removable. The flotation, the floors, and so it's kind of fun. I think I'd like to haul the thing, roll it out, and do a big old shop cleanup. We don't need the plastic back down. The messes will be localized, building the spars, rudder, centerboard, and all that. And as soon as that trailer's put together, we can try to get it off of the cradle and tear the strong back apart, store it away. But it really is fun to see it essentially complete. Well, the oars showed up. Ordered a pair of oars, just about how it should be. In terms of distance, position of the oar locks and all of that. That should work really well, so that's fun. Yeah, we're taking a swat at it, and here's my brother showing up with the missing parts.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
look
see
at that.
The rodentia.
Look at that.
The rodentia sort of.
So assuming they're all there, we can check that off.
How does it even make a difference when he has to replace his car?
First assembly.
And I bought it when I didn't have a garage, so
Bolts
it
above
just
and
sat there
below.
forever. Is this the angly guy?
That's it. So you can, this is the part of that thing. This was the worst of the whole assembly. Turned out the little tongue up inside there needed to be ground down and bashed in to fit properly far in. Meanwhile, I disassembled all this spring-loaded crap, and it's really nasty. So, take it on a first run, see what happens. Lights are on. Amazing. First time on the road. I don't hear anything falling off yet. We've been pondering the trailer. Got it out on the road for the first time yesterday and hauled back some materials, some treated 5/4 board and 2x4s to make the cradle on the trailer, and the flotation board. And that worked really well. It's a nice little flatbed trailer. But need to get the strong back cleared off, taken apart, put away, and bring this back in and start working off the trailer. And the general plan that keeps coming back to is we got obviously 4 vertical 2x4s that go into the sections on the sides of the trailer. It'd be nice to have a single unit that could be lifted up if we wanted to take the trailer and use it as a flatbed. We need to protect the center of the boat as it comes on and off the trailer from contacting the steel. So I'm thinking a 5/4 board that runs 4 1/2 there down the center line. 4 vertical 2x4s with 5/4 board on slants, and lock the whole thing together with 2x4s running crossways and 5/4 boards running 4 1/2 on the sides. Interesting. One more time back to the plan. I didn't expect that. If the bow of the boat is at the trailer hitch, which gives a decent distance between the back of the car, then R4 winds up being right on the back edge of the trailer. The forward guy comes at R2 plus 11 1/2. And what I'd like to know is how high up above the trailer do we need to go to make sure that the keelson doesn't scrape. And the lower the better to get it into the water easily, but we don't want it to scrape. The deepest looks to be only less than an inch. There's the rear trailer cradle positioned under R4. Had to adjust the bevel just a little bit. Now should be able to put this into a unit, carpet it, and transfer the boat off the strong back with some help.
Because we really should
That's a
do a Christmas, Celtic Christmas.
Yeah, we could do.
Jingle Kells or Ringing the Kells of Heaven.
Jingle Kells!